Your information before me. We are live. Hello, everybody. Um, got the e-nail here and the torch side by side. We're going to be doing a little comparison show today. I'm going to be discussing my preference and the different, pros and cons between a e-nail and using a torch on a regular, either a titanium nail, or as this one is, either a glass or a quartz nail. Hey Bubble, hey Karsten, what's up you two? Hello you guys, both of you. Good morning. Now the obvious difference between the e-nail and the torch is the e-nail is more convenient. It's always on. Once you turn it on, it stays on until you turn it off. You never have to grab a torch. You never have to risk, putting your hands around where things are hot or touching a hot torch, right? How many times have you guys used a torch, you put it down on the table, then you reached over and grabbed something, and then you ended up touching it, the end of the hot torch, right? So, getting rid of the torch gets rid of some of the danger aspect of dabbing. Torches are dangerous, okay? They're obtrusive, they're bulky, they take up space, they're hot after you use them, and if you do it correctly, when you're done using a torch, put it far away before you do the dab. Stick it far away. Don't use the torch and do this. Never do that. This is wrong. That's not how you use a torch. Use a torch, you put it far away. Common sense, right? E-nail, you never have to worry about it. E-nail's on. You're done with your bubbler. You set it aside. You want to take a dab. You grab the e-nail. You do a dab. You set it aside. Very simple. Now, what are some of the good things about using a torch compared to an e-nail? Well, you don't need electricity. I could be out in my car doing this if I didn't have an electrical outlet, which I do have in my car. But if you didn't, this would be the way to go. I'm traveling around. I want to go outside and do a dab. I want to sit by the pond and do a dab. I want to take my rig down to the billiards room inside my house, but I just don't want to unplug my e-nail and drag it around and shit. I just grab the torch and the thing and I'm gone. It's a little easier to transport a torch and a bubbler than it is an e-nail unit with the bubbler. It's a little bit more bulky, right? So that's one of the benefits, and one of the benefits that I prefer, one of the real reasons why I like a torch actually, is the flavor and the control you have over the temperature. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, but Nay, you can turn the e-nail to any temperature you want, find the perfect temperature, and you're good to go. That's true. But it's never perfect. It's never perfect. It's never the perfect dab. It either smokes too long and you don't get it all, and you get a lot of flavor, or you incinerate it and you don't get the flavor out of it. But getting that perfect temperature, just right, is so hard to do on an e-nail. It really is. But, and I can't tell you how many times I do a live show and people come in here and ask me the question, what temperature do you use your e-nail at? People ask because people don't know, and because every e-nail is different and they all run differently. The metal is shaped differently. The thermostat runs differently. The software runs differently. The metal heats up differently. The TI is a different thickness, or it heats up differently. You get all of these variations. But if you have a nail and a torch, there's really no variation. It's the same thing every time. You heat the nail till it gets orange. You let it cool down a little bit. You put the globe on. You put your dab on. Perfect taste. Perfect dab. Every time. Incinerates it. And you have all that control. You want to incinerate it better? You can do it a little quicker. You don't have to wait 30 seconds. You can do it after 20 seconds. Oh, you'll incinerate that dab. Or you want more flavor? You wait 40 seconds. That's not hard to do. I have like a Vulcan brain. I count seconds in my brain all the time without even thinking about it. I'm a really good judge of time. So something like that is easy for me. It might be harder for you, whereas the e-nail might be more Your choice. My point is this. It doesn't matter whether you use an e-nail or any other device to dab with. It's what works best for you. Now, there's lots of things to consider. You know, whether you want to use a big bubbler like this or a smaller one, more of a micro or a macro bubbler, there's reasons. Maybe you don't like getting water splashed on you, so you go with a taller tube. Or maybe you like the ease of the smaller bubbler. Or maybe you don't want something obtrusive and blocking you, like when you want to reach across the table. This thing is, obtrusive. It takes up a lot of space. So there's all kinds of factors here. And these are all kinds of things. I don't know what a cup is. If you time your heat up and cool down time, you can replicate all your hits. Well, you're just parroting exactly what I just said, Michael. I just told everyone that. It's taking me forever to figure out temps, different types of dabs, bigger dabs, all effects, temps. Yeah, don't put too much. Yeah, Brian, no, it doesn't. Don't put too much. The size of the dab does not affect anything, Brian. Don't fool yourself. All right? If you're doing a dab that is so big that it is affecting the temperature on your e-nail negatively, your dab is way too fucking big. You're cooling your e-nail off way too much by doing way too, and I promise you, you're not getting it all. Yeah, bigger dabs do not affect your temperature. They don't affect your temperature. And like I said, if it is, you're doing way too big a fucking dab. That's another thing you guys should remember is your dab size is important. If you don't want to waste your dabs, if you don't have a unlimited amount of oil, then consider doing a small one. Okay, Dallas, thank you. If you want to send it to me on Twitter, please. Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. I accept all messages, but only on Twitter. So look up Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter and go ahead and message it to me there. Okay? Don't message me on Facebook. I'll just ignore it and block you. Thanks, buddy. I'm doing good. Yeah, torching for me, after yesterday especially, I haven't done it in so long, and I remembered, God, this does taste better than the e-nail. It does taste better than the e-nail. And I like the control I have over it. And I like the overall time it takes to do the dab. It just seems like it burns off quicker off the nail than it does on an e-nail. And the e-nail just wastes and wastes and wastes. Yeah, please, guys, look me up on Twitter. It's Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. Twitter is free. Hey, Connor. Twitter is free. And that's the best way to get notified when I go live. I'm going to move all of you guys over to Twitter because you guys get the notifications when I go live there. Now, here's a bad thing I don't like about doing a torch, is it brings back the memories of when I used to do coke and crack and all that shit when I was younger. It never goes away, man. So lighting up a torch brings me back to those feelings, and it's not fun for me, but I don't mind. It's worth it for the payoff on how nice the dab is. So that's something else to consider if you're ever into hardcore drugs, and a torch might have, triggering effects on you as it does on me. It totally does on me. Every time I light up a fucking torch, I fucking hate it. I wish it would just go away, and it never does. As many times as I use a torch, it doesn't go away. Okay, I let the orange go away on my nail. Orange is gone. I put my globe on. I've got my dab ready to go. I wait anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds. Okay, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Tabitha. There's no smoke coming, and the flavor, instant flavor, way better flavor than the Enail. So, you can achieve this flavor on the Enail, but this is the problem. You get this flavor, but you don't get the whole dab. Right? I don't know why that is. I'm not a scientist, but if I put some time into it, I might be able to figure out why it is. But for me to get that kind of flavor on my Enail, I got to drop it down to like 450 degrees. Now, if I drop my Enail down to 450 degrees and I drop the dab on, I get the dab, I get the flavor. But then when I'm done, it smokes and it smokes and it smokes. It's a plumage of smoke just coming off plume, plume, plume. And I know that that would get you high. And I know that that's wasting it. So that is the major difference. That is the one major difference that has the most weight for me, is that I'm not wasting my dab on that fucking Enail. And I hate that about my Enail. I need a splash of confetti. Hold on 1 second. Confetti time. Confetti. Carlos, I'm sure you have food. Yes, you do, dude. You got food. Okay, so. And then it's 50 hits, right? That you just wasted. The noise triggers you, right? What's an e-nail? That's an electric nail. So what you see me using right here, this is an analog nail, you know, a manual nail that you heat up by hand. Okay, set this aside. Now this is an e-nail, and this is what I'm going to dab next. This has got a cable on it. It runs to a little temperature unit. This is called the Puff Tuff. You can get these at pufftuff.net. Right here. Here it is, if I can get it to come out far enough. There it is. There's the unit. It's pretty small, fits in your hand. And yeah, they're convenient. I'm going to bring the temperature down. Let's put that temperature down to about 500. All right, I'm putting my temperature on my e-nail down to 500 to see if I can find that perfect temp. You know? Some of the materials are maybe being inhaled if they're being broken down in burn process. Some are using whatever. Whatever. Oh my God. Some studies. Bullshit. There's no fucking studies. You know, Cody, I fucking hate people that come on my live stream and fucking lie. You want to produce the study, Cody? Or did you just hear somebody say that on the internet? Or did you just fucking make that shit up on your own? Fucking A. Sapphire. Some studies. Show me a link, boy. You got a link to a study? Let me see it. Some studies. Let me see it. I can't wait to see this study. Where are they studying it at? Do they get federal permission to do cannabis studies all of a sudden? I thought it was illegal federally. Who's doing a study? Can't wait. Show me this e-nail study. Show me this fucking sapphire banger study that you're talking about, buddy. can't wait. Cody, where's it at? You looking for it? Danny DiPolito, Trini Mafia, old school. What? Psst. Yours is 718. Okay, mine's down to 520. Now, 520 degrees, same size dab, same type of dab. Okay. Let's see if it's any different. It's top of the hour. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. They do have scientists messing around with cannabis. Yeah, I want to see this study that was done about inhaling particles off of an e-nail or off of a glass nail or off of a quartz banger. Where's the study at? I know that there are scientists messing around with cannabis, John. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, John? Who the fuck? Do you know who I am, bro? I know more fucking studies done on cannabis than you'll know in your whole life. Okay? I've done a lot of reading and a lot of research. What I'm saying is the federal government isn't just allowing scientists to do fucking cannabis studies on quartz bangers and shit. You got to get some kind of permission to do that shit. You're going to be using cannabis. You're going to be doing a study. You're going to print that shit. Show me the fucking study. Show it to me. Don't use metal pipes. I don't think I've ever said don't use a metal pipe. You say you yourself say don't use metal pipes? I don't think I've ever said that. Dog hair, dust, all kinds of shit. What the fuck? That's true. You're right, Tommy. You do inhale all kinds of garbage when you're smoking flower. Joshua Heil says, get the fuck out of here. You fucking lames don't know shit. Yeah, never heard of a sapphire banger. I was dabbing before there was any type of nail bong banger, anything, and I still haven't heard of one. No, I haven't heard of a sapphire banger. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know, there's a lot of things that don't exist that exist that I haven't heard of yet. But I'm giving this guy every opportunity. He says there's studies. It was studies, plural. I'm almost positive that this guy said. Let me go back up. Where was it? Yeah. No, I don't see it. So some studies, Cody Dexter, some studies are saying some of the materials are maybe being inhaled. Yeah, show me the studies that show me some of the materials are maybe being inhaled. That sounds like a study to me. Lol, did I say scientist? Well, that's who does studies. Scientists are the ones that do studies, bro. If you're doing a study, you're a scientist. That's who does science. Anyone can write a study, which is what is going on. We went from cans to aluminum foil. Now quartz, glass, and metals are being tested. Tested where? Dude, for all of you guys who worried about smoking out of metal and stuff like that, show me the bodies from all the people that smoked out of metal ever since the 70s or the 60s. It was all anybody ever smoked out of was fucking metal pipes. They were so common. Brass pipes, metal pipes. Everybody had them. And when I was a kid, we used aluminum cans. That's what we had and that's what we used. I don't see any bodies piling up from that. Where's the evidence? Where is these studies you guys are quoting? Cody, you're the one that says studies. I'm giving you the opportunity to produce these fucking studies that you claim to have read. Where are these studies at, Cody? Where are the studies, Cody? And why is it always dudes named Cody that I seem to have such a problem with on here? Can I clone a plant that's already been cloned once over and over again and make clones of clones? Yes, John Hoy, you can. As many times as you want. You keep breaking up. Well, I'm not dropping any frames, so I don't understand. Susan, maybe you need to check your connection. You guys, am I breaking up for anybody else? Hello, Alpago. What's up, son? I'm testing quartz drinking glasses by throwing them out the window. My studies show that they break. They break. But I've not released my studies yet. John says no. Danny says no. Not here, Susan. Start your handy new. I am from Turkey. Right on, Mr. Turkey. Alpago. Mr. Alpago. Right on from Turkey. Hello. Zina, good morning. Perfect quality. Oh, no, you guys are saying no, there's no problems. Okay. No, speak English. Okay, Alpago. Well, maybe I can teach you some English. Here. This is cannabis. We smoke the cannabis. That's your first English lesson. There you go. I'm going to smoke this right now. A little late here. No law regarding cannabis. I'll let you know how this is at the lower temperature. Cheers, everybody. And let's see if it plumes, at 500. And that means I'm wasting it. Susan, it's your computer. You've got some other program on, Susan. You've got some software on in the background. You have another web page open. Do you have other phones connected to the same router? When's the last time you rebooted your router? What kind of internet connection are you on? There's a million things you have to learn about connection to when you're watching videos on the internet. Are you sitting far away from your router? Are you back in a bedroom instead of near your router in the living room? Are you watching on a computer on high-speed internet? Then it sounds like your computer might be the problem and not your connection. Mr. I love you too, Alpago. Thank you. Where am I from? I'm from Orlando, Florida, the United States of America. Cheers, everybody. Let's see how this is. Yeah, it's pluming. Tastes a little better. Not as much smoke, right? Does not taste as good as the torched Enail. This one, the fucking torched Enail, tastes better. And I've got this thing turned down to 500 now. How hot can that thing go? I don't know. I've had it up, over 1,000 degrees, I'm sure. So you're saying that things lose weight when you burn them? I would agree with that. I would agree that anything that you expose to intense heat is going to lose mass. Okay? The amount of particles that are being released whenever you torch something yeah, certainly a scale can, an atomic scale or whatever it is he's using, can show that, yes, there are particles that are leaving that thing. It's getting lighter. Absolutely. Now, are those particles dense enough to cause damage to anybody? Where are the bodies? None. You have no bodies. You have nothing. So much for your study. You know, you could very well be factual in saying that something loses weight as you smoke it. But are you proving that those particles are making it all the way down into your body? And if they are they causing any damage? I see no evidence of the damage whatsoever. But good point on the weight thing there. I want to see these studies that you're talking about. You know, you came on my live stream. You said studies, plural. I asked you to produce the evidence. It's been over 10 minutes. You have not produced anything to back up what you've said. Dope is Yola. He has the best demonstration on how to dab. All right. I guess I would think that me dabbing 3 times every day for an hour would be a better demonstration than Dope as Yola, who has a demonstration on YouTube. You can literally come in here and ask me questions about it, Ants. You know, we're here talking face to face, and you're promoting another fucking video? I guess there's nothing someone wanted to sound important. Well, my studies just showed if a glass is a pedestrian in the head, if a glass hits a pedestrian in the head, yeah, we have one body. Susan, he demonstrates the best temperature and wait time before you dab. Whatever, dude. We're fucking literally sitting here talking about it, Ants. You know, people can literally interact with this one. Yeah, I don't care about your fucking other dude that's got your little demonstration video, whatever the fuck. You're right here. We're live now. This is better, okay? Don't be promoting other bullshit on my fucking live stream. Fucker. Okay, sorry for saying studies. I should refrain, I guess, and say curious people. Well, there you go. That's what I like. There you go. Right, Cody. We're going to be good friends, man. I agree. You know, as soon as you said Bubble Man, I was like, okay, well, Bubble Man is a fucking scientist, number one. Number two, you said that he was weighing the shit and it was weighing less. Okay, that's science, and that proves a good point. I think you proved a very good point there. It's that I'm impressed that you came up with that. However, bodies. So, you know, show me the bodies. And it's got to be people that don't use tobacco, okay? If you've got someone that's got lung cancer because they're dabbing, they can't have used tobacco. Even if I get lung cancer, okay? You are never going to be able to say that it was from smoking cannabis or dabbing or anything because I used cigarettes for 20 years. I smoked cigarettes for 20 years. So if I get lung cancer, you could fucking just say it was that. You know? You'd have to find me someone who's never been exposed to tobacco, that only does dabs, and boom. You would have something. Those people do not exist. Those people do not exist. Must be shut. We always having these in-depth conversations at 9 a.m.? No, Michael, not always. Sometimes we're just getting high and playing music or just talking shit. Zina. Oh, were they trying to say that aluminum foil causes Alzheimer's? I know what does. Fucking heredity. Heredity causes fucking Alzheimer's. My grandparents have it. My father has it. You know, there was a time about a year ago, maybe less, where I thought I was getting it. You guys might remember. I was having some cognitive issues on the live stream. And I told you guys I'm having a hard time focusing. I'm having a hard time thinking. I'm having a hard time remembering words, basic words that I should know. It was crazy. And I cut back on my sugar intake. In fact, I've got equal in this coffee right now. This is sugar-free coffee. I've cut back here and there. I mean, I'm still a sugar and chocolate-aholic. Don't get me wrong. But I'm definitely consuming less sugar. And I've got to tell you, those cognitive issues, they've all gone away. It was the fucking soda. It was the Coca-Cola and the Pepsi. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. And I couldn't fucking think anymore. I was like, I'm literally losing my ability to think. What could this possibly be? I thought it was Alzheimer's. I'm getting old. You know? As it turns out, I cut back on the soda, and that cloudiness, it vanished. It disappeared. I can have such better conversations now with people, you know, whether I'm debating or just, you know, trying to remember something. It's so much easier for me. God, I hope not, John. I hope not. You know, I've always thought, you know, the amount of sugar that I take, I was going to give myself diabetes. And, you know, Andrea is a diabetic. I watch her inject herself, you know, every day. And it just sucks to have to live like that. And she eats a lot of junk food. She likes to eat good, healthy food now, but, you know, a lot of packaged stuff, you know, high fructose corn syrups and just garbage food, you know, Monster energy drinks. I don't know what other sorts of food she used to eat, but, you know, now being a diabetic, she's had to change her diet. And I'm learning from watching her eat, actually, she actually has a very good diet now. For the most part, she cooks and she uses a lot of vegetables and fruits and things like that. You know, it's like a little bit of both. Right? Coca-Cola goes through battery acid, right? I let people smoke in my house because I've been there, but it's so nasty when they leave that it makes... try not to invite them anymore. Buddy, no one has ever smoked a fucking cigarette inside my home. No. You know, I got mad at somebody once. They were in my house, and they just had to come in real quick and grab something. They were smoking out there, and they opened the door with the cigarette in their hand. They walked in the house. They grabbed what was on the table, and they walked out, closed the door. I go, dude, what the fuck? Did you just walk in here with a lit cigarette? I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. I was like, you need to come back in the house. You use the fucking ashtray, motherfucker, or you call me over and I will get it for you. Don't bring a fucking lit cigarette. I was so angry. I'll never forget. I was so mad. What a violation. I just fucking hate that smell in my home. You know, I hate that smell in my house. It's so offensive to me. You know, the main reason I quit, I'll never forget this. I was getting something out of my closet, a shirt, and I reached my hand up to grab the shirt, pull it off the hanger and bring it back, and I smelled my hand as it went by my face. And it smelled like a fucking ashtray. And it smelled so disgusting. And I thought to myself, my body is putting out that odor. I said, that disgusts me. That's fucking despicable. It almost made me throw up in my mouth. I was like, God, I smell like that? When I'm a potato. Condiments are full of sugar, and I'm a ketchup-holic. I love ketchup, man. You know, I'm a big ketchup eater, and that they sneak it in. Ketchup's one of the ways, Zena, you're right. High fructose corn syrup and all that shit, and you're just like, why do you put that in ketchup? Ketchup doesn't even need that. You know, get all natural ketchup. It'll taste great. Dude, I was live on the internet when that happened, Dave. I was live on the internet when somebody walked in my house with a cigarette? I wonder who that was. Yeah, I can't read the fucking labels anymore, you know? I need sophisticated nay. I don't bring sophisticated nay around with me wherever I go, you know? And I should, because he'd be very helpful. I should just put the glasses in my pocket, and when I'm out shopping, just go ahead and bring out sophisticated nay. But the problem is, people might walk by and they're sophisticated nay reading the ingredients in the voice. You don't think those little Cody? You don't think those little particles get trapped in the water when you're smoking through a water bong? You had a stroke? Oh, when I had the Bell's palsy? Yeah. Right on, Billy. Ooh, let's see what sorts of ingredients we have here. Ooh. Inactive ingredients. Adipic acid, cornstarch, FD&C blue, number 1 lake. FD&C red, number 40 lake. What is a lake? Don't you swim in a lake? FD&C yellow, number 5, tartrazine, lake. FD&C yellow, number 6, lake. Flavors: mineral oil, sodium polyphosphate, sucrose, talc. See, so I'd be in a goddamn supermarket reading it like that, out loud, all obnoxious and shit. I can't wear the glasses without talking like that. Extra, and get the. I read all labels. I want to know. Cataracts. Would you do if you were in someone's camper van and they lit up a cigarette in front of you? Nothing, John, nothing. And when I'm in somebody else's home, they can smoke cigarettes all they fucking want. It's not my home. I deal with it. You know, and when I walk out of there, I smell like them. I smell like their disgusting home or their disgusting, camper van or whatever. But, you want to light up a cigarette inside your camper van and I'm sitting in there with you, I can fucking open up the door and get the fuck out. Either that or if we're driving down the road, and you can't open up the window to smoke that cigarette, I'm not going to ride with you. I'm not going to trap myself inside a vehicle with somebody that's fucking poisoning me. That makes them an asshole. It makes them a douchebag. If you're inside an enclosed area and you light up a cigarette in front of other people, you are a douchebag. And you know what you deserve? Have this coffee cup smashed right in your fucking nose. As hard as I can fucking swing it. Tasty. That was good. You gotta watch the labels too. Everything has fancy names. Who knows what the fuck they're putting in there? Who knows what they're throwing down our fucking throats, What did Cody say about the water? I remember, man, when you had that attack. Cody, why didn't you answer me? I'm going to say it again. What makes you think that the particles coming off of a TI or a dabber or a glass or a quartz nail or any other object that you're using to inhale, those particles are not getting trapped inside the water of the bong? Answer me, Cody. Did you ever think of that? Well, most people are dabbing through water. Isn't that a solvent? Isn't water a solvent? Oh, yes, it is. So could it be removing something from that vapor as it comes through? Oh, you goddamn right it could be. There's oil. Oil and water don't mix. So the oil vapor travels through. But the particles of metal or glass or quartz nail that you're supposedly pulling through, those are not oil. So wouldn't the water be trapping those particles? It would be interesting to inspect the water from a bubbler to see if you could actually find the particles that are supposedly missing off of the... With water, I would believe so, yes. Okay, well then there we go, man. There we go, man. That's fucking progress right there. And this is all this, right? And luckily, you know, you were able to bring something to the table, and I appreciated it. Still, reasoning wins. Reasoning beats fucking just about everything. Common sense wins every time. Soon as they cool, they should solidify and stay in water. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. You know what, though? We should ask Thunderfoot. I should ask Thunderfoot. I said, Thunderfoot, I'm a big fan. You've actually done a video for me before. I would like for you to do another experiment for me, if possible. I smoke cannabis oil. There is, you know, some evidence that says that as we use these metal objects or glass or quartz objects, they are shrinking in weight. Is the water in the bong trapping those particles? He might just know the answer immediately. He might just know how chemicals bond and shit, and he might just be able to say yes or no without having to actually do the fucking experiment or the science behind it. Or he could actually do the science. But this is the thing, right? Dude, somebody just said, man, I don't know, it's a scientist, he's a climate guy. He said, we got like 4 or 5 years left. The human race is going extinct in 4 or 5 years. I was shocked when I read that. I had to read it like 5 times. I was like, did he just say that? If that's true, then none of this really matters, does it? We're all still going to be alive in 5 years. And if we're not, it's not going to be killed because we did some dabs. You know, I'm not really worried about it. In the grand scheme of things, there's really not a grand scheme left, unfortunately. So, it tasted good. It didn't taste as good. I enjoyed it. It was good to not light the torch. I like not having to light the torch. This is, you know, the pros and the cons between the e-nail and the electric nail and doing a hit like this. There's a lot. There's a lot to discuss, and there's a lot to experiment with, you know. And it should be different for everybody. You know, just because I'm telling you that I prefer this doesn't mean that you won't prefer that. And it's all about preference. It's all about preference. You know, do you want to drive a purple BMW or do you want to drive a red BMW? You know, that's really what it boils down to. Because both of these are going to get you high. They're both going to get you there. Who liked my BMW reference? BMW reference again? Holly in Cali. I'm going in March to see my family in California. Where in California, Holly? Soon as they go solidify and stay in water. I've read some shit on the side of the boxes. Description is sometimes confusing as well. So I've backed off a lot of food. Right on, Michael Whitehead. Right on, buddy. John, my mom smokes tobacco more than I do. John, you shouldn't smoke tobacco at all. Stop it, okay? Because you could get lung cancer tomorrow. It's like you're playing Russian roulette every time you inhale tobacco smoke. Stop. Okay? I know I just said we only got 10 years left or whatever, but you could get lung cancer tomorrow. And the chances are better, way better, of you getting lung cancer tomorrow than any of us getting any kind of an ailment from using cannabis. So just stop. If you rarely use tobacco, why are you using it at all? You know? I exploded a glass banger mid-hit and all the glass was in the water. I'm working on quitting, John Hoy. Good, man. I support you in doing that. And if I can help you, I will. I'll tell you how I quit using tobacco. And maybe that'll help. Look, I'm holding this like I'm going to dab. I haven't even lit this up yet. That's going to be a good one. I love the way this globe fills with smoke when I hit it, too. Love it. Here, come on down here so you can see the full bubble action. Okay. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis, everybody. Cannabisism, tisms for all. So tasty. I taste it before I exhale it. And that's more flavor than I get with an Enail. Way more flavor. Oh my goodness. That's the best goddamn dab I've had ever from this True Black. That's the best dab I've ever had. And it was on a torched nail. I still have the flavor. Yeah, but Cody, we just said if we're it doesn't matter if it's cheap glass and it's got additives. You're smoking through water, Cody. You keep coming back to that, and I thought we already solved this. We're smoking through water. Probably nothing to worry about. There's no bodies. There's nobody sick from it. You're still going back to that. Let it go, Cody. Let it go. 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 Water, right? Nectar collectors have water too, Cody. Cody, get a nectar collector with a water bubbler in it. I've got one. They're great. I mean, I love the nectar collector. Tastes great. Love using them. This tastes just as good as a nectar collector. This tastes just as good as a nectar. I'm going back to the torch, man. I can't believe the flavor I just got out of that goddamn dab. So, for me, right? Torching wins today. I'm really happy with that flavor. I like when I get a little chime after something I say. It gives it some more weight. Gives it more weight. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it be. How about a cheap glass pipe's any good? Yeah, look guys. He's worried about additives that Chinese might be putting in their glass. I agree. There could very well be lead and other crap in this glass. I don't know how glass is manufactured in China, but they put lead in just about fucking everything. I would think, though, that if there was metals in this, you wouldn't be able to microwave it, right? And put it in a microwave, if there's metal, it would spark. So I think that might be a good way to check it. Second, there's water in these. So if you're burning it here and there's some sort of release, I'm really thinking that anything bad in there is going to get caught in the water down here. And this costs $8 on 4aceswholesale.com. $8 or less, something like that. Maybe you get two of these for $8 or something, or $11 or whatever, but you get two of them. And I got a whole bunch. And I got these for a reason, because when I have someone over, I can give them this, and I don't have to worry about giving them my expensive glass and having, or something that's heirloom, something that I've had in my, in the cannabis family here, basically for the whole time I've been smoking, shattered on the floor because someone was high or was careless. I've had it happen once before, and I learned my lesson. I let my friend Tim, I'm not going to mention any names, Tim Little, not going to mention any names, but it was one of the first really nice fire and ice bongs that I ever had. And I loved it. And I had a tile floor back in Orlando, Florida. And I was handing Tim the bowl or something, and he took the bowl out of my hand and he dropped it, and it shattered on the floor in front of me. And I was like, it was a fire and ice bowl. It was so gorgeous. Now I got them all. I got fire and ice bowls everywhere. I got them coming out my ears. But back then it was like the only one I had. And it was a big deal. And I was like, he was like, oh man, dude, I could pay you for it. I was like, you can't pay me for it. I was like, I can't buy another one. It was a set, that was matched with the bong. Oh, it breaks my heart when I think about it. And, I was like, it's not like I could just go to a store and buy a matching piece for this, bro. It wasn't like a store-bought thing. It was got from a blower, and it was nice. And I learned cheap glass is the answer. And you know what? No one's ever broken any of my cheap glass around the house. As much as I've gotten, everyone uses it, and I've got them everywhere. They never break, man. It's like they're and if you break one, it was $8. You throw it in the garbage, you pull out another one. Yeah, I don't know what the glass balls that roll around are per se, Christina. I don't know what that is. They will tell me how they made it. I'm talking about Chinese glass. We're talking about Chinese glass. I don't know if you caught that, Christina. We were talking about what goes into the glass in China. Used to go for one like every month last year. I never thought about that. A lot of glass pigment is indeed metal, powdered metal oxides and sulfates, cobalt, iron, cadmium, but they are encased in glass. Well, they are encased in glass, and I can see that there is a stripe, a colored stripe that goes through this. It's a Rasta stripe, and it goes into the bowl area a little bit too. But like you said, it is encased in glass. It's in there. I don't think those metals that are decorative are getting exposed to your lungs. Bought a beautiful 3-perk with triple chamber, like 5 tubes in each chamber. Friends, there's 20 minutes. Smash, still have. Wasn't there 20 minutes? Smash, still have the neck. I remember she paid me. Cody, was it on the floor? Did somebody set it on the floor? Listen, guys, rule number 1 with a bong. Never set it on the floor. Just remember that. Number 1, a lot of you fuckers will do that because you're playing video games and getting high, and you're sitting on your couch, and you'll take the fucking bong and you'll put it right next to you on the floor. fucking Ryan Meyer, and so many of you other motherfuckers. I've seen you do it. Stop it. All right? Always put your glass up on a table, man. There's cats. There's dogs. There's children. There's your elbow. Okay? You're going to knock that shit over. Rule number 1. Never put a bong. Oh, it was on the coffee table. Wow, that sucks, Cody. It was where it should be. That's what a coffee table's for, man, you know? Put it right in the middle of that table. But, you know, this is why you want one of these mats on the table, on the glass table. You bring this with you, put that on there, and if it falls, hopefully it'll hit this and it won't break. But there's no guarantee. Yeah, low coffee table. Aunt, what's up? Yeah, these things are great. Yeah, I put them here to promote cheap glass. I promote cheap glass because I hate when I break something that's expensive. Yeah, metal won't be inhaled through smoking, Karsten. You're right. You're probably not inhaling metal. And I would think that if you were inhaling 400 or 500 degree metal particles, it would be killing you pretty quick. I think you would get an infection or a cancer spot pretty quick on the inside of your lungs from it. Bottom of the hour. Okay, Aunt. Absolutely. It's not bottom of the hour, but right on. It's closer to quarter of the hour. Quarter of the hour. Early. How about that? I'm high as fuck, but I want that flavor, yo. Isn't that crazy? Hey, boyo63. Wow, that is orange hot. Hey, Hash, what's up, son? Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I use beard oil. It's called Honest Amish. I love it. Big fan of Honest Amish beard balm. $11. You can get it at Walmart. You get it on Amazon. Honest Amish beard balm. It's in the shaving cream aisle at Walmart. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabism is for all. Flavor dabs. Know that I will be getting ultimate true black flavor now, guys. Nothing but blackberry. Cheers. It's like eating cereal. It's like eating breakfast cereal. Sweet, sugary cereal. The flavor is insane. It's like a Pop-Tart. If they had a blackberry Pop-Tart, True Black would be it. Is that a new bong? Gary, this is the first bong that I ever bought. Jamie wants to know my favorite movies. Okay, here are my favorite movies. Yes, I'm a movie buff. War Games, Reservoir Dogs, Event Horizon, Groundhog's Day, oh, Edge of Tomorrow. Those are my top fives right there. I found something online saying I should change my bong water every day. Yeah, John, if you don't mind changing your bong water every day, let me tell you the problem with that. The more times that you touch your bong, the more times that you bring it away from the table and you take it to the sink, the more opportunities you have to break that glass. So, cleaning OCD every day, all the time, you have to be very careful. And if you're very careful with your glass, and that's something that you can do, fine. But just know, every time you handle that thing around a sink, you're risking dropping it, you're risking breaking it in the sink, you're risking smacking it against something, you're risking, you're ramming something in there, or whatever, getting something stuck in there, or whatever. It's good to keep the passages clean so you can clean it when it's time to clean it. Don't let it get too clogged. But if it's a bong and you're smoking flower, the way to avoid that is don't pull the cannabis through. Don't pull through. Okay? Because when you pull through, the ashes go in, you get way more garbage in it gunks everything up. So smoke it to ash and lighten up on your hit so it doesn't suck through, and then use a poker like I do and empty out your bowl every time into a garbage can or an ashtray. Thanks, Jimmy. When it got dropped. Oh, this isn't my first bong. This is the first bong I ever bought. No, since I was 15 years old, I'd been making bongs. See, the problem was I was 13 years old. I came back from... Was I 13? No. I would have had to have been 14. I'm not sure. I don't know how old I was. I went to the Middle East and I came back and I bought a bong in the Middle East. I brought it back with me. And so I always had, that was the one I always used. I didn't make one for over a year. And a funny story, a friend of mine stole that bong from me. You guys are going to love this story. Okay? We went to the beach, me and 3 friends. Great day at the beach. When we were done at the beach, we were using my bong out there, my brass bong from the Middle East. It was in the trunk with all the other stuff. And I went to drop my friends off at home. And I was driving a Caprice Classic. And dropped one of my friends off, and he got out of the car, and I had to pop the trunk because he had chair and towels and stuff that were back there in a cooler. And I'm watching him through the rearview mirror because, I'm just watching him because when I'll know when he's done, he's going to slam the trunk and I'll back the car out and leave, right? So I'm watching him. And I watch him pull out his towel. I watch him pull out the cooler. I watch him pull his chair out. And then he fucking kind of hesitates. And I'm like, I wonder what he's waiting for. And then he reaches in and he grabs my bong. And he takes it with his other hand. And he starts to put it with his shit. And I go, hey, put my bong back in the trunk, motherfucker. Or in the trunk. And he went, Put it back in the trunk. Instant fucking karma. I fucking caught that guy in the act. It was fucking beautiful, man. How fucking dare you steal from me, motherfucker? You know? What do you think about drinking really dark yellow bong water online? I was told it's drinkable. Yeah, don't drink bong water. Don't do that. It is possible to drink vaped water. It's almost like a tea, but that's not bong water. It's a different thing, okay? No, I don't think I've ever vomited from using cannabis. Amazing how long you inside dabs and no color change. Yeah. To the show. Thanks, Teresa. That's legendary. Taking a shot with friends of black water for a challenge. Yeah, do you remember what we were talking about, guys? Before on the broadcast? How, there's all kinds of shit that the water's probably catching. Don't drink the fucking bong water. It's filtering out all the garbage that you don't want to fucking inhale. And if you are getting particles in that water, then you're drinking the fucking shit we're talking about. Don't be fucking stupid. Just keep the water fairly clear. You don't have to clean it every day, but, once every, it depends on how much you smoke and if you're sucking it through or not. Don't suck it through. You won't have to clean your bong anywhere near as often. You won't have to handle your bong as often. You won't have to risk breaking your bong as often. You shared John Hoy because you're out of Facebook jail. Excellent. Excellent. Moving the microphones a little closer here. Dude, the flavor dabs are crazy. Now I want to try the orange, but you know what? All I've been smoking... Have you guys seen this? This is the True Black. Look what I got. I got a whole thing of True Black right here. Well, it's not full, but it's... The bottom's covered. True Black. Too strong. Get my face out of there. There we go. Look at that. Oh, buttery. Buttery delicious, buttery, buttery good, buttery. Don't drink the bong water. The water has been filtering toxins away from your lungs, so there's no reason to put it in your stomach, man. Lol, ... or drink it. I was 14. I'll never do it again. I'm out of Facebook jail. Where the fuck these people from? Josh, I'm from Orlando, Florida, but now I live in Northern California. God, the laws for cannabis suck in Florida, man. And the laws in California are awesome. It's probably some of the best laws in the United States are in this state. Because I can grow 6 giant plants in my front yard. I don't even know if you can do that in Colorado. I don't know what the laws are there. But I wonder how many states you can grow 6 plants in your front yard. How do you get your oil? Yes, I use a press, Christina. I just put up on my... If you'll check out Twitter, I've put up a video that demonstrates the process of my rosin pressing. It's Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. That's Trendy ASDABBERS. Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. Please follow me. Retweet everything I put up there. Like everything I put up there. Participate by commenting, retweeting me at people that you like on Twitter. Please, please, please consider doing this for me. And go enjoy those videos. They're there for you to enjoy right now. Okay? And I'm putting them up. Hashtag Nays High School. All one word. Nays High School. That's where you will find the videos on Twitter. And let me just see if I do that. I'm going to go to Twitter right now. Oh, you can in Colorado? That's good. You can grow 6 big plants. I'm allowed infinite plants. I can't be cannabis, though. Good morning, Christine. Okay. Geez, I'm getting distracted on Twitter. Where's the search? Oh, here it is, search. Right, search. We're going to type in hashtag. Let's see if this works. Hashtag Nays High School. Now, oh, there it is, son of a bitch. It comes up on the search, man, on Twitter. Cool, that's great. So let's see. Oh, there's videos. 1, 2, 3, 4 videos come up, guys. There they are on Twitter. Nays High School is officially in session. Daily flushing. Is it snowing? Okay, there's 3 videos. 3 videos. Hey. That makes me happy. Christina. Christina A, like I wouldn't notice. I notice. Had anyone trying to sabotage a grow or trespass? Back in Orlando, Florida, the same guy that I caught stealing my little bong out of my trunk of my car, he actually told me years later, after he had done it, that he had come over on my property and stolen a couple of buds off of one of my outdoor plants. Dude, you know, I guess you're just a fucking thief, man, you know? I guess you just can't stop stealing. Ugh. Okay, anyhow, I want to try this orange bud with the different flavor. Well, with the different temperature here, well, you know, with the different device and all that. It's just going to be interesting. Plus, I'm high as fuck, and I'm only going to get more high. Yay. Yay, getting high is fun. Getting high is fun with Nay. But out here in Northern California, man, no, I've never experienced that issue. And it's a good thing. I've got really good neighbors, and we all watch out for each other. We literally have meth heads that patrol our neighborhood. It's true. We do. We've got meth heads that patrol our neighborhood and make sure everything's cool. All right. They're good kind of meth heads, though. They're meth heads for good. Hashtag meth heads for good. You got to live in Northern California to understand something like that. Are they the police? All right, no law regarding cannabis, everybody. Cheers. They're the local police. They're the ones that'll bury you in a fucking hole and you'll never be heard from or seen ever again. All right. No law regarding cannabis, like the shirt says. Cannabis isn't for all. Cheers, guys. Orange bud. Oh my God, so much more tasty orange. Oh my God, so much more tasty orange. This totally wins. I'm going back to torching. Good thing I got a case of butane. Man, that tasted good. Are the meth heads the police? They're the local police. They're the neighborhood police. Look, man, out here where we live, it's you don't have a lot of people. It's really spread out. So we basically have formed our own police, our own fire. You know, these are not official agencies. These are neighbors that band together and watch out for each other. And you know, everyone everyone contributes to the neighborhood. It's a fantastic place. You know. It's still beautiful and snowy outside, by the way, if you guys want to see. Look at the solar panels are totally covered. It's 37 degrees outside. I'm really appreciating the flavor. Oops. No, I don't generally get the munchies. No. I sit here, I do a show for an hour. I'm not eating at all while I'm smoking. But it's also true that I have not eaten at all yet today. I've only had a cup of coffee, so I'm going to make breakfast. Does Rogan love the snow? He's down with it. He's down with the snow. He likes walking through it, and he kind of sniffs his nose through it and stuff. He hasn't started eating it yet. And he thinks that anywhere there's snow, it's okay to pee on it. So there's snow out here on the deck, and he walks into the snow on the deck and he pees right there. I'm like, dude, you're not on the ground yet. Just because he feels that snow under his feet. He's like, oh, that's a good spot. Fucker. Karsten, I don't know what you mean. No, John Hoy, I don't know why you would be asking me about 4x4 vans. But I'm glad I got my 4x4 Chevy truck because, man, somebody got stuck on my property. They got a big work truck stuck on a boulder, and they were fucked. Every time they tried to move, they would go up higher on the boulder, up on the side step, denting the side step up and shit. I got up there with my Chevy underneath where they were on the mountain. I was lower down on the mountain. I unreeled the winch. We wrapped it around an oak tree. We came back to where the truck was. We attached it to the truck, and I commenced to start pulling that motherfucker up off that boulder around the oak tree. And we got it. We got it freed up, man. Not too much damage to the truck. No damage at all to the actual body of the truck, but the sidestep was fucked, you know. It was a cheap sidestep regardless. You know, like cheap aluminum shit. All plasticky and aluminum-y. Yeah. Yeah, John, I don't know why you're trying to mention that on my live stream. I don't understand why you're trying to talk about a 4x4 van. I'm still. You got anything else to talk about besides a 4x4 van? What do you need a van for, John? What you hauling, John? Got you a disco ball in there, bro? John, driving down the road in his van, 4x4, and nobody can. He's got a disco ball and he's rocking and rolling. That's you, buddy, going down the road in your 4x4 van. You want to smoke when I'm in your area, John? No, I don't. I don't. I do not. Thank you for the offer, though, John. I appreciate it. The guy that wants the van wants to hang out? How do your fish react to snow? Do they go on the ground? Do they go on the ground? Um, they the fish are in the water, so they don't really get the cold. If you're wondering about the cold, they go down low in the pond. Is that what you're saying? They swim down to the bottom and they don't move and they don't eat. They just go into like a hibernation, Karsten. You know, like bears go into hibernation when it's below 50 degrees outside and the water temperature gets that cold. The fish go into hibernation. They just kind of they stop eating and they save their energy. Their metabolism slow way. It's kind of like suspended animation. They go into like suspended animation. But they can still swim, and you know they can swim to get out of danger and stuff like that. But they don't have all their faculties. They're not running on you know all eight cylinders. Their brains are not functioning at 100%. That is for sure. How many pages do you have on Twitter? I've got 3. You found all 3? Thank you, Christina. Yes, I've got 3 Twitter accounts that I am aware of. There might be a 4th one that I forgot a long time ago. Yeah, John, I do have something against cats that like to get high. You know, cats don't like to get high. You're just an idiot, bro. You know, you're a fucking idiot if you're getting your cat high. And we call it cannabis. We don't call it weed. And I'm just fucking sick of dealing with you, John. So just get the fuck off my live stream. Fuck off. Fucking creep. Just fucking wrong on so many levels, and I just don't have the time right now. Or the fucking patience. Huh. Yeah, I have a feeling that predatory fish are active during the summer as well. You know, everything's got to eat, Jamie. Yeah, I seem to remember my friends going out sport fishing during the summer months often and catching big time all kinds of predatory fish. You know, barracuda, sharks, spearfish, sailfish, sport fish. Even tuna. You know, I remember going out on a boat tuna fishing with my two buddies. They were brothers, and it was the middle of fucking summer, and we were nailing fucking tuna, and they're predatory fish. Oh fuck yeah, they are. I mean, aren't all fish predatory fish? Don't all fish prey on smaller fish unless they eat plankton? Okay, yeah, that's definitely not what you said, Jamie. Just so you know, you said two totally different things. You said fish only become active during the winter. And since all fish are predatory, you say fish only become active during the winter. It's for my fish, it's the exact opposite. Even though they're not predatory fish, they eat pellets. All of the fish in there are non predatory fish, actually. The ones in my pond, for a good reason, because they can't have fish eating each other, right? So those are the types of fish I like to have in my pond. Kind of defeats the purpose. I couldn't handle that power. We were not in a like a school of tuna, Karsten. Our fur baby gets hard spots down by his elbows from laying down. Your oils help keep his skin stay soft and from being irritated. Christina Aldrich, awesome. I'm gonna save that and put it on Twitter. Thank you so much. Hope you're following me on Twitter, Christina. Trendy as Dabbers on Twitter. You will see I will post this up there. Oh God, I'm hungry. I do have to eat. It is late in the morning. All right. Ah, Christina, cool. What is it? Torch or Enail? Torch. Torch. Braff. Torch. Flavor. Torch wins on flavor. Enail, um, gives me a smoother hit. It does give me a smoother hit, but the torch gives me that flavor, man. And it could be different for everybody. You might say, well, nay, my Enail gives me more flavor than my torch rig does. I would totally believe you. It all depends on what your setup is and probably a lot of different aspects. Right on, bruv. Torch is not easy to dial in and be consistent. Braff, let me tell you how to do it, okay? You heat up your nail until it's orange, okay? Let it cool off until it's not orange anymore, and then start counting. Anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds, do your dab. That's it. You know, with this one, you put a globe back on it, like that, and then do the dab with the globe. But it just depends on your rig. Get it orange hot, whatever it is, get it orange hot. Wait till the orange is gone, and then wait 15 to 30 seconds. And I'm telling you, you'll get the baddest hit. It'll be the flavor will be you will taste the flavor of your dabs before you exhale it, which is flavor. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you on the later show today. No law regarding cannabis. Thanks again, guys. Remember, if you really want to support me, if you like the show and you want to help, head on over to Twitter, start an account if you don't have one. Find me, Trendy As Dabbers, over there, and start retweeting every single thing that you see me put up. Just do it blindly and boost my numbers up there and give me a platform to stand on. Thank you guys so much for considering that. I will see you on the next show. Take care. Thanks, Teresa. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.